If you feel like you're getting more and more sensitive, whether to people's emotion or to the environmental change, that means you're depleting yourself. So in that case, you want to come back and do a lot of restorative work. Highly sensitive people or highly sensitive personality has been documented in Chinese medicine, not in a good way or bad way, but more of in the state of the constitution. What does that mean? So when we're born into this world, we have the set constitution that he inherited from the mother and the father, but also the timing and also the climate and the place that you're born into. In Chinese medicine, people were born into a more cold climate, like in Colorado, in Alaska. They tend to have more defensive qi, so they are stronger on the outside. However, that also means that they can create more heat toxin inside. So what it looks like is kind of like if you have a house that's in Alaska, you want to have more insulation, so you keep the heat inside. But you can overheat yourself, and it's not easy to open up the window because it's cold outside. In this case, you will have a strong immunity, but sometimes you can attack yourself. With the personality-wise, the state of qi, like deficiency or excess, can also reflect on your personality. So with someone that is highly sensitive personality, you can feel the difference very sensitively in the external environment. That includes the interaction with people, people's emotion, or even the humidity or the weather change. So in this case, the highly sensitive people needs to know that you need to understand that this is a constitution that you're born in. However, it's not good or bad. It's just who you are. So if you feel yourself that you just get so fatigued with talking to certain type of people, like people that has more aggressive personality or high energy, that you just feel that you're sucked into or you feel drained, that usually means that your state of qi is weaker than optimal. So you want to come back and restore that. Maybe spend some time with yourself, meditation, or just have a slow walk and then under the sun to restore that balance in you. And also, if you feel like you're a highly sensitive person, you can kind of observe yourself, like, how do you do with warm weather and the cold weather? And how do you do with the sudden weather change? Like such as in Colorado, sometimes we can have very hot morning and then all of a sudden at night, it just dropped 20, 30 degrees. If you are a sensitive person, you can feel that. Again, you want to keep the warmth for yourself. You want to nourish yourself. You want to minimize that exchange of energy with people, with the external environment. Highly sensitive personality or people as a constitution is something that you're born with. However, you can develop it throughout your life, because if you overuse your qi and not replenishing it fast enough according to your age. Like for instance, people overwork, they can deplete your qi, and then gradually they start to feel the change. Even if it's the slightest change with people or environment, that they can feel it, but they feel drained. That means you're too weak to protect yourself, to hold the energy or qi in for yourself. In this case, if you feel like you're getting more and more sensitive, whether to people's emotion or to the environmental change, that means you're depleting yourself. So in that case, you want to come back and do a lot of restorative work. Like I said, it could mean meditation, make sure you're sleeping enough, make sure your exercise is more on the restorative side of things. My suggestion is that you have to make yourself as a priority. It doesn't mean that you're being selfish, but you need to be more observant of yourself. Like for instance, a lot of my sensitive patients, they will feel changes more during the seasonal change because it's pretty drastic. Or when you're in a large group of people, everybody's energy is different. You have to kind of force yourself to exchange the energy. Then that will be the not so optimal for you to stay in for too long. If you really need to put yourself in a situation like with a lot of people or in a drastic environment, then you need to always schedule the time for yourself to come back and restore it instead of just brushing it off. If you like this video, please subscribe and follow me, and I'll see you soon.